This is Python's Paradise. This is your host, Greg Gilbert, aka the Python Hyena, straight out of Fredericton, New Brunswick, Canada, here on April the 3rd, 2022. And folks, I have an interesting guest on the show with me today that I was connected with through Scott the Icon Helmsrest. And
much love for him. Love
yes,
Scott.
yes. And she is absolutely stunning, although she looks under the weather here with her outfit on. She's been in a war. You know, I've met. Oh, look at that outfit. Oh, gee, just got a tail. Show that tail again. Look, it's got a tail. What's that on your knee?
Oh, this?
Yeah.
Right here?
Yeah.
Solid. We had to ride a bunch of vehicles out in the Mojave Desert, and there's a bunch of spikes sticking out every which way, crowbars, rebars.
Trailer hitches.
You want a shin check for sure going out there. I learned the hard way.
So you wearing that is not the reason that your partner there is sitting down.
Oh my goodness.
I gotta introduce you to, Scott the Icon put me in touch and asked me if I'd be interested, and I looked at a few of your. Number one, I think you're stunning.
Thank you so much. Appreciate
it.
But
I looked through and I've interviewed and I've worked with Vernon Wells of the Road Warrior, and seeing you now, like I've had him on here twice, great guy, and I met him at Horrorama 2017, and I'm like, that's what that and Furiosa is what I'm thinking of right now as I look at you right now, and that's not a bad not a bad comparison at all.
Not at all. Better than what, one year I had a short bob. It was an A-line cut, and I was out there and everybody was convinced I was Lilu from Fifth Element. And I was like, not orange. I don't have orange hair, but all right. I like it. I like the comparison. No reference.
Mila Jovovich, why not? Why not?
Right?
She's a badass too. Yeah.
That's what I was saying.
Well, folks, we have Melany with a Y, Melany Dyer, and I'm sorry I have forgotten your name. What is your name?
Lobo.
I am Lobo.
Lobo.
My partner in crime right here.
So is he it's like here we used to have a show about a dog called the Littlest Hobo. Is that the Littlest Lobo?
Oh, no. This is the comic book character. He's an alien, right? From another planet. And he destroys his entire planet by infecting it with a virus or
and now he's cosplaying as Snake Plissken.
Oh my goodness. I love this guy.
What do you have on your shirt, Lobo? Let me see your shirt, your red shirt. Oh, is that from 2001?
And he's all out of focus.
Nope, I could see him.
Here, if you get real close.
Oh, from Alien.
There you go.
There you go. I haven't been lucky enough to get anybody from Alien on here yet, but great movie. The first two, yeah.
The first two. The only two.
Love it, man.
Yeah, Alien Resurrection, a snooze fest.
Yes, we'll just call that a fever dream.
Yeah, Winona Ryder, very miscast.
Winona, yeah.
Yeah, I've liked her in other things, not that.
Not that, nope.
Not so much good with AI there.
Although Ron Perlman was pretty good in that.
I met Ron Perlman.
Oh yeah?
At one of the Comic Cons, yeah. Took me about 90 minutes to get up to him, but I was getting autographs for more than one person, so I was a delivery person on that. So, but I think the two people I enjoyed meeting at that con the most The two I found that stood out to me the most were John Rhys Davies from Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Mhm.
If you get a chance to meet him, do it. He's great.
Oh
That's-
man, that's
I've
freaking
heard that.
fascinating.
He
Oh.
put his arm around me for the picture, and he went like that into my side to get the main react.
Oh
He's
my
a
goodness.
character.
Oh,
And the other one was Corbin Burson from Major League.
Oh.
Yeah, he was having fun with his handler. He had learned how to do selfies.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
He was doing test selfies with his handler, because he was just enjoying doing selfies.
That is amazing. 21st century, we're all joining slowly but surely.
There you go. There you go. But I've done 3 horror-ramas, 1 Comic Con in Toronto, and a Frightmare in the Falls, Niagara Falls.
Oh.
And if you've seen the movie Class of 1984, one of my favorites here in Canada, Lisa Langlois was the one that introduced me to my first con because I assisted her at that event and she was awesome.
We'll have to get that.
Yes,
That's not on
because
our rack right now.
I was like, oh my goodness.
That's like classic late night. Like Joe
Yes.
Bob. You remember Joe Bob's Drive-In?
Oh, yes, I do.
Yep. I remember seeing that on Joe Bob's The Drive-In will never die.
Well, I've interviewed 5 people from Class of 1984, but Lisa invited me to assist her at that con, and it was my first time out of New Brunswick.
Breathtaking.
So she is a friend of mine, and every time I go to Toronto, we connect. She's pretty awesome. So I think of movies like that when I think of your cosplay there. Of course, I mentioned Road Warrior. I mentioned
Mhm.
Escape from New York.
Yep.
Class of 1984 can go under that. Let me
I think it
see. Huh?
Oh,
It does. And then you've got you've got your B movies, and then you've got your C movies. You've got like Wormwood. You've got Road Fury, all the knockoff movies.
what's that 80s one with the kid and the robot chick?
The
Is it
Turbo Kid.
Turbo Kid.
Turbo Kid.
Some class.
You ever see that
Very
one?
classy. Very
Yeah, the
classy.
Turbo Kid. That's a good one. Catch
Oh,
that if
man.
you get a chance. Pretty
Relish
funny.
in that.
Love all those kind. I mean, there's just something about the post-apocalyptic genre in itself that you can pick a character or you can pick pieces of a character. And
Actually, Scott and Tatiana both had mistaken me for a actress on The Walking Dead. So
yeah,
that was a new one too.
not sure where that one came from.
Yeah.
Well, when you guys start cosplaying as Neil Breen, I'll think the post-apocalyptic thing has gone way too far.
Yeah.
See, all you have to do is go to a con and start wrecking laptops, and you'll be cosplaying as Neil Breen.
And people will be like, "Oh, yeah, but you should go now." I like the guy that went dressed, the couple that went dressed as was it Bruce Wayne's parents, and went and died in front of every Batman.
Oh my God.
Did you see that? They went laid down and died in front of every Batman at Comic-Con.
Oh, wow.
I couldn't have kept a straight face. I'd have been laughing. I'd have been following him around laughing the whole time.
I mean, I've almost caused a heart attack.
Mhm.
We were playing a pew pew game. We like to do, my friend John Urbino, as well as David DeFore, aka Road Rash. He has a congenital heart condition, like open heart surgery he just had. I didn't know this. I thought he was just a raspy old man, having fun, kicking it loose. And I kind of sprayed up behind him and gave the poor man, a fright he's never felt from a woman in his life. I have him held. I have my guns, one of many that I like to carry around, and up right behind his neck. And oh man, I felt so bad. I did not know he was.
But you got him.
I got him a little too good.
It's kind of like a game of tag. It's just a little more aggressive. Gotcha.
I definitely moved quickly and quietly. But then his girl got him, Tanith. She comes out behind me with her airsoft gun. I was like, oh, what? No love for the woman here. You know, you're supposed to be on my team. But she got me, so I was killed at their camp. And then
I got to admit, I
moved on.
love your costumes, but I want to ask between the two of you, how I'd like to get a little bit of your background and how you two met.
Tinder.
Oh, well, sir, you got good taste. She's beautiful.
Oh, tell me. That was 6 years ago. Been married a year.
Oh,
Yeah.
you thought I was a bot.
Yeah. Couldn't believe it.
Yep.
I was just waiting for her to be like, so if you join this social media thing, we can talk more. Nope. 4 months goes by of just talking online, and then we actually courted. We didn't date first. We
The
courted.
day we met was my sister was in labor. My
Yep.
adopted sister was in labor with her second child. He was on the premise of moving out from his ex, and he had 2 little babies. So I was just like, what's going on here? My life is in chaos. Your life is in chaos. And yet we're just getting
Well, it's
along,
like, hey,
chilling,
let's go have a coffee.
like it's a casual thing. And over in the Break Express here we call the zoo, Missoula.
Yep. And this one, I'm sitting there. I'm a pretty ostentatious guy. So I get there way early for our date. I scooch the biggest table there is right in front
Like
of the
he
big
is
double doors.
obnoxiously
Like,
moving
this
this
is
huge
me. This
table.
is how I am. I scooch the biggest table out in front of the door, sit down at it like it's an interview, and wait. Thinking she's going to come through the door, see me, sit down, we'll maybe go for a walk. Okay, she walks through the door, and these big, I mean, these are 4-inch thick, big double wood artisan doors.
Like I'm like an ant
She
in
comes
comparison to
through
these
these doors, grabs both by the handle and swings them open, walks up,
things. I
slams her
hadn't
hands,
slept very long.
slams her hands down on the table and says, "You will not believe the day I've had." And I said, "Pause, go get a coffee, come back." So she storms off, comes back with her coffee, sits down and starts telling me about her day. And I look at her coffee.
There's a
And-
newborn on the way, like right now.
Yeah, I look at her cup and I look at what it says and I hold up mine and I go, "What did you get?" She says, "White mocha." And I hold up mine. There's a white chocolate mocha right there. Same exact drink. It was like, "You want to go for a walk?" Yeah. And that was 6 years ago.
Became
we
my
still-
walking buddy.
We still like went out on dates for another 4 months before we ever actually like, hey, maybe this is a
Our
relationship.
families weren't too
No.
easily embracive when it came to us either. So
And
that was a story.
They consider us to have a big age gap. See, she's 33. I'm 41. So they consider that.
So
I know, right? They're like,
my current celebrity crush is Emma Stone. I'm 50 and she's what, 30?
Yeah, she's around
31,
well, maybe
30.
a little
Hey,
younger
she's
than me.
over
Man, I
21.
feel aged now.
Yeah,
over
like to me,
21.
if they're legal age, who the hell cares?
That's-
Holy
but
shit,
that-
these people.
It's
Who
15.
decides?
Yeah, I know.
Who decides? You know what? Good on you, you know? She's a keeper.
Oh, for sure.
You
Oh,
know what? Good on you. Good on
Oh
you.
yeah, she's that's
Oh,
this
man.
is that's it right
It's
here.
been a journey. I have never ever been to a festival in my life. Couple of concerts, to say the least, and not the greatest concerts. You know, metal in the way that it kind of like your head starts
Loud.
numbing after a while. Maybe a couple drinks out at the local bar. That's as much as I was exposed to before I met him. And
I'm like, hey, you want to go to a photo shoot? Hey, you want to go to the solstice party? Hey, you want to go over to this thing? Hey,
no, there was a solstice party that was first, and the solstice party got me in big time. They had swords. We used to be tribed up with companies like Bella Savage here, Zombie Tools, Apocalypse Auto, because we had a bus called War Child that I got to ride on. I love War Child. And it was a school bus out of Troy, Montana. And three of the guys, Lee, Shane, Wayne, all decided to conglomerate and create this bus and you helped them attach a train winter snowplow to the front of it. And you got the barbed wires, you got the what is it, the hole?
The turret on the top, so that you could poke your head up with a gun.
Yeah, on the highway. And first year was 2016. We went on this little endeavor as a tribe out of Montana called Empty Souls, going to Wasteland weekend for the first time ever out of Montana, 2016. And we were at the gate.
There we go.
We were stationed and camped out at the gate. And our bus was the first thing people saw going into H Park. It was amazing.
So the solstice party. There is a picture of her with a sword, getting ready to slice.
People said I
beer
could
cans.
drink and I could play with
And
swords.
that is her slicing the beer cans.
There you go.
And that was when I fell in love.
I'm gonna tell you, I'm 50 and I wouldn't be one bit turned off by somebody her age, you know? I mean, she's capable, she's responsible, she's creative. I'd have no problem asking somebody like that out. So I don't get these people in the age thing, but here's one thing that amuses me. You say your sister was in labor when you guys met.
Yeah, Sahara. Met
So-
Sahara that day.
So were you in costume when you went in the labor room?
Oh
No.
boy, howdy! I wish I would have been.
Because
Let me tell ya, they hooked me up. Like, okay, they first treated me like I was the one that knocked her up, and had me literally hold up her entire upper thigh. I'm like, where is the things where you put your feet? Where are the harness things? Why are we doing the work here? How is there not enough nurses doing this? I'm doing this. I didn't knock her up. And he whined me. He had the audacity, the doctor. After I told him I'm okay. Okay, all right, cool. I didn't really want it. All right, I'm in this. And he goes and he hands me scissors. And I'm like, oh no. I did not knock this woman up. I am her sister, here moral support. I do not do cutting of the umbilical cords at all. The thing was purple. It was purple coming out. I thought my niece was suffocating. I was like, oh my goodness, people, why are you asking me to get involved with this? I have no medical degree. What is going on? Yeah, that was my fun cosplay for the day. Doctor.
I was just had this image of you in your cosplay costume changing the kid's first diver.
Oh geez.
Oh, it was
No,
explosive. It was explosive. Sahara's first.
Oh,
It was explosive.
she goes to work like that sometimes though.
Oh yeah, Halloween, only Halloween. And I have to, I can't wear the fake airsoft guns, unfortunately. They kind of rile a little bit on the intimidation factor there, but I was able to wear my gear 2 years or 3 years now in a row for Halloween. Every year.
Yeah, but here's a question. Were you ever on diaper duty dressed in your cosplay?
Oh,
Not
no.
one.
Oh, frig, that would be funny.
Yeah, no.
Oh man.
No.
Oh boy, howdy.
And my kids were already 5 and 6 years old when we met, so.
Well, I'll tell you though, it really was. It didn't need me being dressed up for the scene to be quite amusing. See, you got this high-strung woman here with a baby, a newborn, and I've been surrounded by cats. I'm that crazy cat lady, and you get me a newborn up in here with exploding out of her everything, and I'm just like, oh dear Lord, help me right now. I do not know what I'm doing. I wish I would have gotten it on video. Melina and Sahara, those two, hilarious. My firsts.
Yeah, but you imagine if you were in costume. I'm just
I don't know if that would be a little overkill on the baby part. Maybe like looking up at their auntie and Auntie Melany, what's up?
Well, it's fun because we get to get the kids involved in all the photo shoots too. So
my favorite picture. I love my stepdaughter in this
my
picture.
son in the background and my daughter, and this is not super early on. We'd been together a couple of 3 years at this point. But this is
my fierce.
Just come on, Melanie. You're being taken hostage by a bunch of kids. Come on.
Dude, you don't know these kids. They're pretty feral. They are vicious, malicious, and they're after you. They will melt you
they'll get you
inside out, man.
I'm waiting for those old babysitter scenes where you're bound and gagged to a chair and they're all dancing around you singing whatever.
Don't be giving me ideas. You're giving me some photo shoot ideas here.
Of course, yeah.
Good. That's what we want to see.
This is great.
Although being politically correct, you gotta be careful how you dress the kids up. Because if it's a Cowboys and Indian thing, that could be a problem now.
Actually, we got a cyborg and we got one in a kimono. They both fierce looking. They got furs. They got like a badger. She got a badger and he got a raccoon. And they wear it proudly.
We have all our shooting
and they got some football gear, hockey gear.
They make their own.
Yeah, they've sewn their own outfits together. It's really quite exciting to see how people grow and develop in these facets.
So how many kids are there?
2.
Oh,
boy and girl.
But we had tons of children, dogs, and families at our event.
At our quarantine event here.
2 years.
2 years in a row.
2 years in a row, yeah.
We did that in June of 2020 when everything was getting all weird and Montana was just kind of going.
Everything became isolated within their own group cliques. It was horrible. I'm like, people started looking over their shoulders. No one wanted to do community things anymore. It was very depressing. Like I have this high-strung job that I do. And then I look forward to this event, Wasteland Weekend, once a year. But when they had canceled it after at 2020 because of the whole vaccination
California
thing,
closed down everything, and then they didn't do Burning Man.
I was not having it. I was losing my mind. My man here decided, okay, I'm going to dedicate an event for my woman so she can still have something to work towards. Once a year,
started talking to all my friends who do the event, and it was like, hey.
We met them through Wasteland Weekend. They came down from California. Some came all the way from New Mexico. People come now from Oregon,
Washington,
other parts of Montana, and then
New Mexico was our farthest though.
Yeah, New Mexico was definitely the furthest.
We had like 30 people show up, and we had it was out in the middle of the Montana wildlands. So
no, what was it? The something wilderness, was it?
Bob Marshall
Wilderness.
It's
right along the mountains.
It's plains. It's out in the middle. It's grizzly territory. So
there's turkey vultures, there's bald eagles.
Far less cosplay than it is almost prepping. It's an event that allows you to,
well, ours is Wasteland Weekend is more
event.
Mad Max.
That one's
definitely more Mad Max.
Mad Max.
Very theatrical, very
cosplay to the max.
In depth.
But no,
it's amazing.
With Wasteland Weekend, they don't allow any real weapons or anything like that because there's
projectiles.
There's 5,000 people there. I mean, you gotta draw the line somewhere. Whereas with our thing it's not just invite only, but it's just kind of word of mouth, and that way the people that come know that they're going to spend 7 days out in legitimate wilderness.
I mean, there was a cabin there, but it wasn't really accessible.
No, and pretty much everybody sleeps in tents.
We had, the outhouses.
Rented outhouses for the deal. We did it legit, so that people, but we
let them know there's bears here. Like we were at the property not even 3 weeks prior to our event happening, and we saw a black bear running across
Oh,
the
yeah.
marshes.
Easily a 1,200-pound black bear.
I was like, oh my God, that is a bear. You're running like hell away from us, but oh my God, that is a
It's-
bear.
Montana, you know.
And we're right over by St. Ignatius too, on the other side of St. Ignatius. And the waterfalls in St. Ignatius, that is Grizz Count
Yep,
country.
yep,
Just
yep.
floored with grizzlies all over.
What part of Canada are you in?
I'm in New Brunswick, Canada.
New Brunswick.
We got black bears, but we rarely see them. Our biggest animal is the moose, and I've never seen one of them.
Never.
I,
Oh
Oh,
man.
we've
No.
seen plenty.
We do get moose. We
Woo!
get moose. We get lots of elk. Lots of big elk. Lots.
No,
I
well-
literally, my first moose I've ever seen was on the Highway 91 when I was 15 years old, training to drive with my high-strung military single father next to me. And we see this baby moose come clucking up on the highway like it's just owning the highway. And it was so unproportionate. I remember the feet being bigger than the body. The horns were velvet or something like that at the point, antlers, and then the big mama right behind, just fiercely, just so like protective and coveting of her. Oh man, she went into the Silver Dollar bar with her buck. When I couldn't believe it. I was like, are you calf and a mama up in Silver Dollar bar?
They walk right into that yard. But then,
Everybody was like, oh my
but
God.
then what? Like three or 4 months ago, we had a mountain lion
Oh yeah, mountain lion down our street.
right here, like in our street, and we live near a river, but we're like in the heart of the valley.
So we walked down. We're like having a casual walk because we like our walks. I mean, that's kind of how
And we see this like
met.
130-pound mountain lion dart across the road
Like it in the air.
lightning fast.
just leaped across the road. I'm like,
So we just
oh,
turn around.
we going back. We don't have no airsoft. We don't got our cosplay on. We don't have nothing. No, we're
We
like,
turned around and went
I'm
back.
gonna go this way.
And then every year we put our pumpkins out.
And we got
The deer,
tons of
the elk
deer.
and deer come down and eat our pumpkins when we put our pumpkins out for Halloween. It's great. We get pictures and video.
Raccoons up in here. They be feisty.
Oh, big
and
ones, too.
fierce.
Yeah, this is
Oh,
an
they fat.
interesting
And the
place.
squirrels. Don't get me started with.
Look.
What was the name? Peanut.
Peanut,
Peanut.
probably like
Fattest
a
squirrel I've ever
5-pound
seen in my
squirrel
life.
That's just like runs the neighborhood.
oh yeah,
is-
we've
it's
got
big 'cause we're surrounded.
deer. We've got deer. Occasionally, we got red foxes. We got raccoons. We got porcupines. We've got skunks. We've
Yep.
got
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Do you guys go medieval on the skunks?
Usually
Your
with the,
daughter wants
with the
to.
skunks, we
Oh,
all
she wants her
usually with the
skunk.
skunks, we all turn tail and run as fast and far as we can. They're
She-
even horrible when you get them. One of our friends caught one in a live trap, and the live trap wasn't set. It worked its way in because there was some bait smell left on it, and it wasn't set up. Oh, I'm trying to catch a critter. It just was there, and this thing had been there probably 2 years, and we'd been smelling it for about a year. Doing stuff is going. What? There's a skunk chilling around here. Let's put mothballs. Let's do all the make skunks go away things, and then we start cleaning up, and we find that trap sitting there with a just mummified skunk in there. Still, the moment we moved it, it just reeked everything out, and this thing was like mummified. So it'd been there at least a year,
I can't even.
and it was after. And I've never had a lot of run-ins
Ladies,
with
you
skunks
better
in
be
my life.
settling down. All 17 of you. That's all I'm
We have
saying.
chicks.
Don't
we
be,
have-
don't be
we have
sassing.
Chicks, really cute chicks, doing that for the kids, and they're raising them up because they want to raise chickens and eat them.
I don't
My-
know
oh,
how
dude.
they talked me into it. But see, he talked me into going to California in a bus
Oh, it's only
with
1,000 miles.
trained snowplow and 2 pit bulls and a bunch of dudes. Yeah, it was great.
Here, I'll find a picture of it.
This dude gets me in trouble all the time.
We don't
But
get in
it's not
trouble.
like Nova doesn't get Lobo in trouble a lot. See, Lobo has to assassinate a lot of people because Nova likes to try to make friends, and she doesn't do very well at that. And he gets really protective and guarding, and so we kind of cause a lot of chaos wherever we go. It's just our MO.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, that's legit too. there's a video of that thing. If you look up Apocalypse Autos bus smashes car,
Yep,
there's a video of it smashing a car.
it's quite
Oh, it's impressive. No, they did a good job on it.
pretty amazing. Definitely we had split away from all of the original members and we created our own tribe after that.
Just artistic differences.
And we had become partners with people that had made an escape room out of Bozeman, Montana.
Yep.
Timothy Schrober, we call him Dr. something. And then his beautiful wife, Kiara, which is the key mistress. So she has a bunch of keys everywhere for everything. She get you hooked up. And then what was it? We got Holly Brandon. She's one of my ladies of corrosion. I'm like the leader of ladies of corrosion. She's second to me. And then we got, let's see here. I'm trying to remember everybody. We got Sunshine. And there was Daria. Daria. Oh man, people from Kalispell, people from Billings, people from, what is it, Belgrade. And then there's also, do we have someone from Polson too come up? Trying to remember. So many people though, and out with our tribes and stuff, because we've had like people really interested and then they get scared last minute, or they have new job last minute. So we've kind of gone through lots of characters, but we've kind of kept the same original founding five,
yeah.
which is us, Timothy, Kiara, Joshua. He's deaf, but he's part of what is called, was it the ghost, the silence?
They're ghost hunters. They're silent hunters. They're a whole crew of deaf guys and gals that are all their ghost hunters. And so they don't get caught up on the did you hear that? Oh, I heard something. Well, yeah, it's an old house. Of course you heard something.
Some most genuine,
these guys,
authentic, amazing individuals I've ever met in my life. They are so much fun.
Yeah,
incredible fun.
They're tons of fun. Our founding five group is definitely, and for the most part, we've all got kids, or
and
have to have kids around.
And we like to still party. We still like to be creative and artistic and everything, and to have an outlet like that for us, especially being way up towards you guys, so up towards Canada. It's hard to get to festivals and stuff elsewhere
and there's not really a lot going on around here. You got to go all the way out to the coast, and you're pretty much 800 to 1,000 miles in any direction.
Well, my adopted brother's love for cars, NASCAR, Hot Wheels, all that stuff really, and then watching the movies with my dad just really brought on this like courage that I didn't think I had at first. I was like, are you kidding me? Something like this exists? Excuse me, pause, rewind, let's replay this again. I was so fascinated. It was breathtaking photo shoot when I saw all the vehicles. We had Scat, which is
it started as an S10.
An S10 with a bunch of signs over it. It was ripped to the bone.
Down to the chassis.
Down to the chassis, and just kind of riveted with signs all over it. Another one, Fiero. I was like, oh my God, they jumped the thing.
They did an off-road Fiero.
Oh, that was so much fun. That was insanely fun. We had some donuts and Scat, which is the S10 you said.
We always take the dirt bikes out.
And then I have Kratos, which is a CR80, and how many others?
It's like 5 bikes put together.
What are the bikes?
A bunch of pit bikes.
Just a bunch of different pit bikes. You don't remember any of them?
It's like a piece from this and a piece from that and a piece from this.
He's just a welding king over here.
And that's what, it's like, what would you do at the end of the world? You'd probably have a pile of halfway running motorcycles. That one's got good wheels and that one's got good suspension, but none of it mates to each other.
Another time we got to show you our Daihatsu and all of our pit bikes and our 4-wheelers and our 3-wheelers and all that stuff.
We'll have to set this up to be on the computer. That way we can bring in images.
Because that's our main thing. Pretty much we like to fabricate and outfit and customize, vehicles for desert or all terrain. Just want people out on off-roading and just immersing in nature. Getting gun skills, that's another thing our event's really strong on. you don't have access to guns or you know, a shooting range.
People coming
at
from like
festivals.
California.
I mean, I mean, you're thinking beer and shooting. It's really like very manageable, especially in a small, intimate group.
Yeah.
And we had a person that
A
was
firearm
actually
safety expert.
that was
We
there
actually had somebody come out
helping
and-
and facilitating the kids competition.
Yep.
That was a huge moment of pride to see the two, you know, Derry and Jade up there, you know,
and
shooting.
the skeet contest.
Oh, there's skeet contest as well. Yeah, we have a bunch of little things that we just throw out there. We're like, we just want to have fun. We just want to hang loose and you know, blow some shit up.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we do tannerite. We'll do like we did a 30-pound block of tannerite the first year.
Yeah, we had a guy who was an ex-military
Oh,
and
yeah.
he was a sniper.
Yep.
It was great.
Yep. And
What was his name again?
TDC, Top Dead Center.
Top Dead Center.
Yeah, no, we got a good group. We got a good group. We had to put it off this year. We got some other irons in the fire that we got to hammer out before we
We
can
want
have
to
another
buy and
one, but-
purchase some property
Yeah.
too, so that way we don't have any rules. We're not the mercy of other people because we utilize a person's
we were leasing property
property
from someone else.
for the
and
past 2 years, and now it's like,
we
oh
just
man,
need to get our own
branch
chunk out
off.
here,
You know, like we love to party. I'm not saying a couple beers is a
Yeah.
bad thing or
No,
something,
but party medium.
we got party medium so we can get some real good shit going, you know, like you gotta stay sober enough to blow some shit up.
Yeah, how are you gonna blow anything up if you're wasted? Get wasted after we blow things up.
Or
That's another one.
jump in a pit bike or
Yeah, let's-
doing some cosplay
we built a
role
kitchen.
playing, live role playing right then and there. We do a lot of missions
Mhm.
that we want to that I mean Wasteland really, I mean, just
Yeah.
freaking inspired us to
And
go
our
crazy
tribe
on our
really,
own.
our tribe really focuses on food. So we built a kitchen/bar so that we do 3
what is
meals
it
a
called?
day.
The
The rusted chastity belt is
And
the
he-
name of the kitchen.
I did put, in fact, a chastity belt on. Do you have it? Is it?
It's still up there.
Oh,
I got it
man.
at Goodwill. I found a metal chastity
With
belt
a
at
lock
Goodwill
and
with a lock
everything.
Yeah.
Except I don't quite understand.
Well,
I
they were
kid you
never
not.
meant to be comfortable.
There was a hole this size underneath. It was so small you could. I
That's
was
the
like,
idea.
I was like, damn.
And so we do
They'd be
like
serious about that
we
back
do
in
like
the day.
breakfast, and we do dinner. We did all kinds of things too. Every morning we do breakfast. Every night we do dinner. And for lunch, somebody who was there would do stuff.
It
People
was
put
a
in,
constant potluck.
Yeah.
People brought things from all over.
and then we shut down the kitchen, turned it into a bar, and we had somebody that came who's a
What is
professional
his
bartender.
name? Cocktail.
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 And he did mixed drinks all night, and then we'd shut the lights off there and work our way back to
So-
the hangout area.
There was Black Ash Syndicate.
Yeah,
Lobo's Lot.
yeah.
Uh,
Rabbit Asylum.
Rabbit Asylum.
Yep.
Bone Mothers.
The Bone Mother.
The Bone Mother. Yeah. And her troop. Well, no, she only
It
brought
was-
her
It was
husband.
her and her man. Yeah.
And then Icarus. He was a,
Icarus from New Mexico.
he
He's
was
a
a-
machinist.
and also one of the guards,
Yep. He's
a Mad Max
if
guard.
you look up Wasteland Weekend, you'll see the guys that are like the honor guard that are like on
the gatekeepers or
on
whatever.
Thunderdome. The guys
Uh-huh.
with the big horsetail mohawks and
Yeah.
that stuff.
Yeah.
He
He brought his whole thing.
he's one of those guys at Wasteland Weekend. So,
Actually,
so if you
he-
look up the pictures, oh, and he makes
He
these,
welded this.
yeah, he
for
makes
us.
these clubs out of industrial material. That's
Oh,
a
wow.
a push shaft and a pinion
Wait,
gear.
what do you call this one? The Whammer?
No, that's blammo.
Blammo. Yeah. Hi.
And they're all like hydraulic rods, and
That's my umbrella.
like everyone in our tribe is a specialist at something.
Yes.
I'm a machinist and a fabricator. Everyone has
This
a
is the
niche.
one out of the hydraulic
Whammer.
parts. This is Whammer. Right here.
Yeah, it's a hydraulic shaft with pinion gear welded to
wow.
the end of it. And this shaft apparently is a couple of microns off center, so it's trash. So he made a club for us.
Yep.
Yep, that's my buddy Icarus, New Mexico. He's getting ready. Him and his wife are looking at moving up here too. Montana's a good place to check out if you're from somewhere like New Mexico,
Mm-hmm.
because it's not New Mexico or California or any of those places.
Well, Lobo's Lot, we have a globe, and we're going to be taking over the world.
Yep.
So,
Lobo's Lot territory. People all have a map of their territory, and I just bring a globe.
and we just kind of, this is our territory, and that is too.
And
We
then,
have territorial wars.
and then
It's
when
awesome.
people question it, it goes, hey, do you have a globe that shows your territory? No? All right, well, here's the globe. It's so much fun.
The
We have
wars
so
that
much
happened
fun.
over the turf, but
Yep.
back in 2016, I think, going into our standoff,
Yep.
that was so cool. I've never been
Oh,
in a
yeah.
Mexican standoff before in my life, and so
Yeah.
we were dueling over water rights in the Mojave
A pump in particular
at one pump.
with
Yeah,
the rain dogs.
Yes.
And
I can't remember. It was Empty Souls, Rain Dogs, and something else.
so these guys asked us to be muscle because we're like mercenaries out there for hire. And so this guy
Got
asked
my
us to be
guns.
muscle. I don't think
They
he
needed my
realized
guns.
that there was like 12 of us. And then there was a bunch of
Oh,
people
wait.
that came to and were kind of
They
with
needed my
us.
guns.
So we've got all these prop guns, right? And we load up and we go to do
Oh,
this
my favorite
standoff where
one.
they needed like 4 or 5 more people so they could balance out the power struggle between. And we did the typical movie thing where we came up in a single file line so that when we got there,
That's
we all
my
fanned
favorite.
out, and suddenly they realized they were completely outgunned. And the people who asked us to be muscle for them were very surprised to have 20 some people show up with them.
And you
could
notice
tell-
a difference in this from a normal blade?
I think so.
That's your Yato.
No, wait,
What?
Yato?
Yeah, that's your Yato.
It is, wait,
not
the
the-
reverse
that's not
blade?
the reverse
Oh my
blade.
God,
The reverse blade doesn't come out though because
wait,
it's
it doesn't come
the
out?
handle's off.
No, this is the Kill Bill one.
Yeah, and the handle's off.
Wait,
of the
where
reverse.
is it?
I have a reverse blade katana,
Mm-hmm.
and she loves it because it's basically like a club with a blade on the backside. But it's a katana, but it's reverse blade, like
That's
on the
coming handy in the
anime.
kitchen.
That's like on the anime Kenshin. And that's where she just absolutely is in love with this thing.
So it doesn't come out.
Then it comes out, you just gotta grab it by the blade because I'm in the
Ah.
middle of redoing it.
Yeah, and all what is it, the tang and the
Yeah,
tongue.
so
There
yeah,
it is.
It's a reverse blade,
Oh, wow.
and it's actually it's forged, so it's not folded, but it's forged. It's not El Cheapo.
Yeah, I
And,
brought this out 2016 with me. No, the Yato.
It was really entertaining when I had that one with me, and we met up with some Japanese Wastelanders who won the award for farthest travel to get to Wasteland weekend. But they came from Japan, and then we'll have things like this all over us, and dummy grenades, and people will come in to try to collect a bounty from somebody in our tribe, and we'll just toss them a hand grenade. It's widely understood if you toss somebody a hand grenade, it's reset. Everybody go home. Nobody gets their bounty today. Yeah. Oh, and they do bounty hunting out there. You got 5,000 people on about 11 acres and at Wasteland weekend, the one they do in the Mojave, and you'll have people that
Women
they'll go around.
can't go without her purse in the apocalypse, electrical box and everything.
Just the coolest stuff.
So
Like,
this is like paintball on steroids.
Oh yeah, just with no projectiles.
I don't know
It's
if you can
all
see it.
like honor system.
Look at that.
This is a bunch of different.
Every tribe, all the tribes make up their own.
Wait, am I doing this right? There we go.
There you
all the
go.
tribes make up their
Is
own.
that- Yeah. let's
Their
see
own
here.
logos, and
There you go.
I'm not sure who we're showcasing, but these are all individual tribes that all have
Oh, nice.
their own little niche.
Oh,
like
The dinky dive. That's
Oh,
our
yeah.
favorite.
like
They come and they do
The dog
boar
food.
meat or kangaroo meat. Well, not, I guess kangaroo
Yeah.
kangaroo
Can't
meat
do that in
is.
California anymore. But they do the Dinky Dye dog food cans, printed out and
Yeah.
everything.
Our
and
friends
so-
Rabbit Asylum.
Yep, that's our friend's Rabbit
Oh,
Asylum.
there
That's
you
our
go.
buddy Zero. And then, so the local PD, the local Cal City PD has completely embraced this thing. This local city has. So,
So many. Oh man.
the local PD had these made,
There you go.
the real bronze, and they come out and do security for the whole event. And
yeah.
that
Yeah,
way
yeah.
there's real police there in their real uniforms,
Yeah.
making sure everything is safe and nobody's, no harm comes to anybody. But they're really friendly and really welcoming. And so when you do see the real police coming up, if you've got caps, they'll trade you their caps for yours. And then they have contests. All the cops that got to go and do it, they have contests to see who got the most.
Is the spork over here?
It's in the middle drawer, right by the front of the middle drawer,
Wait, middle drawer.
right over there.
Where? Here?
Yeah.
The spork?
It's all right. Oh,
I was gonna say that's not.
that's the fire fork. That's in the back room.
Oh, okay. I can't see so.
I thought you asked for the fork. So
But yeah,
And that's,
we make all sorts of.
it's any tongue in
weird
cheek,
things.
any joke you can make about anything.
I did some sheet metal work out there
Yeah.
at Ground Zero.
You did?
It was kind of like a halftime before going into Wasteland. Leaders of every tribe kind of meet up and plan and prep to make the event better. Just finding ways and then having skill sets to facilitate and build up Wasteland Weekend a little bit better every year. So they had people show us welding skills, sheet metal skills, camp survival, some stuff, skills, and then a bunch of, really what we did most of the time was off-roading. So it was just getting out there and seeing
You've
nature.
got all that. So California City, was supposed to be, they were going to build an Air Force base and there was going to be this big city. They cut all the roads, planned it all out, but they never ever laid any asphalt or anything like that. So there's this entire infrastructure of roads all cut out there.
It's beautiful
And,
just breathtaking.
oh,
If you
it
ever
is.
have the chance to go Wasteland Weekend.
Oh, it's worth it. It's absolutely worth it.
And they're
if
coming out
you're-
with a new event,
the-
Neotropolis.
If you're into the cyberpunk vibe,
Like Ghost in the Shell, or
Cyberpunk 2077, any of that kind of stuff. That's the
actually-
new event.
we got to see the building of it happening. They're doing like block apartments.
The open house. Yeah.
So
Mega Block 1.
it's
mean, it's-
incredible.
These guys are all writers and photographers and stuff like that, and they're all very imaginative people. And it was really a privilege to be able to spend time around them and get some ideas.
And I got to become part of the promotional video for 2019.
That's right.
That was insane with one of my, oh my God, I look up to her. She's
that was really cool.
She's doesn't look her age in any way, shape, or form.
Lady Aries.
No, not Lady Aries. It was Ms. Breakbone.
Ms. Breakbone.
Ms.
Oh,
Breakbone.
yes.
She is amazing. Her name's Adley Judy. Modeled joined the Demolition Dolls. There's a bunch of girl groups out there,
Mhm.
as well as guy troops. But yeah, she, oh my God, just flawless. I blows me away. She does off-roading on her BMW.
Yeah.
Huge ass bike for little
Yep.
people like her
And
and
then she's got
I.
her sidecar beamer
She's
too.
such a badass at her age. I'm like, I only hope to be half as good looking
Oh
and
yeah.
like
Just inspiring people, the kind of people that make you want to
talented.
like up your game, no
by
matter
that
how high
time.
your game is up,
So like I got to be in the video with her, do a photo shoot with some other people I look up to, like 8 Aries of
Mhm.
Demolition Dolls, Bam Bam, who other else we got to meet? Oh, I got to meet my hero, person seamstress,
Mm.
CEO, self renowned Kato, you know, and she had a band too that she was developing at the time, DK0,
DK0.
with Derek and was Nuna and Sky, I
Yes.
think.
Yes,
They're from like London.
I think so.
Yeah, they're from London. She's from Wales, Kato, Kate Lambert. That was so awesome seeing her at the events twice. If you don't know her, look her up. You'll know her.
It's, no, she's
She's really
the
breathtaking.
steampunk queen.
But I really, you know, was inspired by her works, art with her layers and her tailoring
Mhm.
and everything. And then he got taught by your grandmother.
That was one of them. Yeah.
Yeah, sewing, and then he
Real
went to
early
jail
on.
a little bit and did more sewing in there. But he taught me to sew with spider wire. It's extremely incredible. I mean, that's how we got all
Pretty
this.
much all of this is made using like 70-pound test spider wire.
Like, I don't know if you can see that green in there, but
Yep.
that is all spider wire. That wax thread, that's amazing and strong. Like you said, 70
yeah,
pound.
70-pound test.
And I was using pliers. Every stitch, my hand bleeding, sticking myself,
Yep.
you know, sweating,
Everything.
crying, yelling, and I don't know. People just they are just wowed by the hood alone. We had our girlfriend. We a lot of girlfriends. But one in which helped with the hood, and she was able to get.
Which is a World War II Army cot.
There you go.
It didn't have any
And
bars.
there's a
but
cord here to keep weight down,
Like a-
because when you're in the Mojave and the wind's blowing at you and you're on your motorcycle, it likes to whip back and you don't have anything and you have dust flying in your face and stuff. So this really goes down to really cover myself when there's dust storms and everything like that. It's really amazing. And then I can just put it back up over and out of the way. And there we go. And then there was another thing that, like, oh, Kato, like, you have been such a huge inspiration to me. Kind of like just been like a creeper, you know, following her works and art and everything. But this was done with him, me, and our ex-girlfriend. She's amazing. This is a child saddle.
It's
too, custom.
a vintage pony saddle.
And this is white-tailed deer leather he hunted himself. You can't get any more Montana than that.
There you go.
And I was going for like a semi-samurai, Western samurai look.
Yeah.
And that was my look in 2016. But let me tell you something. You better bring a tank of needs oil if you're wearing leather out in the desert.
It shrinks out there like
I couldn't
crazy.
breathe the 7th day. I was like, oh my God, this thing needs to come off.
It was, yeah. And you meet people from all walks of life out there. Yeah, we met adult film star Tommy Gunn.
Oh my God.
Okay.
Yep.
He got on his knees for me and he welded my
Shift shaft.
my shift shaft. I ripped the shaft off in front of my hero Adelie. I was like panicking or something. And then I was in front of the Black Thumb tribe. And I didn't know what to do. And he's like, well, let's go over and talk to Tommy. And I'm like, oh my God, are you kidding me? And then we go over to our friend Spud. And I talked to him first, and Spud's like, yeah, you got to talk to Tommy. He's the specialist with that one. And I'm like, or he didn't want to do it. I don't know. But
It was so funny.
I was like, oh, my dear Lord, he is the most gracious, kind-hearted dude. He asked to shake his hand.
Well, that was, I go, oh my God, I know who that is. And somebody goes, one of the guys with us goes, who is that? And I go, you don't know who that is? I'll save your virgin eyes. And we start talking about it, and I go, hey, I got to shake your hand. And he looks at his hand and he goes, you know who I am? I go, yeah, and I need to shake your hand. And he looks at his hand and he goes, you really want to? And I go, yeah.
And then there
and
was
he
a
reaches
chick.
up and I shook his hand, and then I realized there's all these
There was a chick following in that camp. She was completely naked on a quad
on a little quad.
On a quad. And I was like, okay, cool. You know, that I'm not as daring because sand and whatnot, but all for it if you got it, and
And you meet people from all walks of life.
no,
so
well, we
oh yeah.
had a barbecue pit thing out there. This guy from Texas, amazing. Oh my God. And he ran out of plates, Dixie plates. You know me, I like to go over top when we pack, everything and then some, and then
Times four.
times four, So I'm like,
We got extra plates.
we got extra plates.
So we
man.
go and grab a couple.
And we
stacks
earned
of
ourselves a
plates.
free meal, we got a free meal out of it.
Yep.
I was like, yeah, I'm
And so
enjoying my barbecue, right?
We're standing there, and all he had before we walked up was those little Dixie tea plates.
Yeah, and
The little tiny ones.
I
Yeah.
kid you
And who
not.
comes walking up right as we deliver the plates? Nathan Jones.
Okay.
Rictus Erectus comes walking up right then and there.
Right behind me
And
is gargantuan. Oh my
serving
God.
food, and the guy at the barbecue pit looks over and goes, "You guys just saved our butts."
Because Nathan Jones would have eaten out a little tiny little thing.
I mean, the
Stuffed up to
plates
this,
we
but
brought
little
looked
tiny
like tea plates in his hands. The guy he's a monster. And he looks over and he goes, "Wow, this is really good. Hey, how's everybody doing today?" And he's just eating away.
gracious guy, humble. I mean,
Totally cool.
down to earth.
Yeah, totally cool guy.
So much fun.
They
so much
so
fun.
he shows up at Wasteland weekend, right? And he brought his screen accurate costume with him from Fury
He
Road
wore
and wore it
everything.
around the whole thing, climbing in cars.
Fucking
and stuff.
righteous,
I
man.
mean, that's the air with these people, is that you meet really, really
And
cool.
everyone knows they work their asses off to get out there,
Oh, they have to.
planning, budgeting, time off from work,
Yep.
time and dedication while working on your project, whether it be your costume, missions that you're going to be developing, or events facilitating, or
Your campsite,
your vehicle.
your vehicle.
And it's a lot. It's a lot, and it's a privilege to
It
like
takes teamwork. It
be
does. It
immersed
takes-
into this world I didn't even know existed up until 2016. I'm like, I watched the movies, it wasn't really like I enjoyed them, but they weren't like relatable to me, I guess, so to speak, at first, until my brother started, getting into a lot more cars. And then my uncle, in fact, his name was Joe Mama. He was part of a derby. Oh, hello. Hi, how are you?
This is Skittles.
Why are you
Yes.
apologizing? It's
It's my
Kiki.
weakness.
You don't apologize, Vicky.
Oh my goodness.
Skittles. Say hello to Lobo and Melany Dyer.
Oh, Nova just a scratch is so happy.
Yeah.
He likes to be called Nova.
What a cutie. Oh,
What?
Ripley.
Want to go get the rooster?
Yeah.
Jade,
They're
Jade.
not listening to you.
Nah.
bring me a rooster.
Bring Ripley. Bring forth the Ripley.
We got all these chicks at the beginning of the season, so that some
We
of them,
didn't plan on this.
some of them
first.
will be done brooding for Easter, so that we can do Easter chickens and eat them. And one of them turned out to be a rooster, and we weren't sure what to do, and
We
so we
didn't even
separated
know.
them aside. And my daughter's been raising him like a pet. It's the cutest thing. He's just this sweet little bird.
No. Oh, it's the Rip.
Come here, bud. Come here.
Just don't rip one while you're on TV. Okay. For all of our sakes.
Turn him around.
Turn him around.
Yeah, turn him around.
There you go.
You know, that's our little buddy. He gets to survive until Thanksgiving. He gets to grow up all the way and be a Thanksgiving meal. And in the meantime, we're treating him like one of the family. He gets little pieces of mushroom and blueberries, and he's just the happiest little bird. It's the
Yeah.
weirdest thing too, because I grew up on a ranch, and we had chickens and roosters and things like that, but we never raised one like it was a pet. And he's cute. It's like having a little parakeet.
There you go.
He's just
Thanks. What's
Just
he
he
doing?
just hangs. That's he
What's
just
he
hangs
doing?
out, and he's not all weird, and he doesn't try to run away. And
On Thanksgiving, he might come run away.
I know, right?
Right. I don't blame
We'll
him.
have to sneak up on him.
Yeah. Hello.
But yeah, here I'll take him back.
All right.
So your name for this is Nova, right?
Nova Jessica.
Okay. Okay. All right. Nova and Lobo. Okay. All right. Okay.
There is a
So-
story behind the names, though. It's pretty funny.
Okay. Give me the stories behind the names.
Mine in particular was given back in 2019 when I had we built a structure. Yeah, I believe it was about 7 to 16 feet tall structure. It was really, really. I think we have the tallest structure at Wasteland with a parachute top and everything. Oh my God, it was scaffolding on top of a patio that we had made with a trap door.
Mhm.
A trap door. Who thought it would be a good idea to have a trap door? Lobo thought it would have been a good idea to have a trap door. So I was like, okay, we're gonna have a trap door.
Be fine if everybody was paying attention to what
Yeah, well, Nova don't do well with trap doors because Nova was showing our deaf tribe member, Gas Mask Man at the time, and he, oh my God, poor man. I felt so bad for him. I didn't feel bad for me at the time. Felt bad for him because he didn't hear me go down, and he looked away and then looked to see my hair.
And I'm downstairs.
Go through a hole.
I'm downstairs right next to the hole.
And there's tools down below the hole. I missed them, thank goodness.
Like we're working. We're still putting this thing together.
But I'm just showing him around, and I didn't sleep for maybe I think like 14,
Well,
probably
you guys
12
got
hours
there
at
in the
that
morning.
point.
Just we all just start working.
And I don't know what was going on, but my gal friend that I had brought, she thought it was a great idea to open a trap door with half awakened individuals and some drunk individuals already walking around. So I'm going up there. I'm like, oh, I'm so excited. What's up? But woo!
Do you not
My
look out
whole
the window?
world went. My hair, my shirt, everything. It was like a cartoon moment.
And I'm standing down there, and all of a sudden I hear this thump, like this really, really loud thump. And as I look over, she goes like badoop and drops down onto her butt. And it's sand. It's well raked,
I
even
didn't feel
sand.
anything yet. I was just
And
kind of laughing.
I thought
almost.
she
I was like,
like
what's
tried to
going
just
on?
drop through it, like just tried
Did
to
that
like
just
step
happen?
through it and landed on her butt. I didn't think too much of it until I looked at her shin, and there's that impact injury where the skin is now all pressed down and the blood hasn't started to come out yet, but it's purple.
A little bone.
And there's a little bit, you can like see the bone through the skin. It's not broken.
It was like the best world-class Charlie horse I could ever. I literally the whole event I dragged my damn foot. I was about to go into the Thunderdome. I was prepared to freaking fight with my shin the way it was.
Because she's a stud.
And the weather, it was too cold, and we ended up doing something very unexpected that night instead.
They cut the Thunderdome off anyways because of wind.
Yeah, the strong winds. It was just getting way too cold and fiercely.
She'd have done it though. We'd have put her shin guards on her, and she'd have done it. She'd have.
I actually.
They strap you up like Thunderdome.
Like
they
bungee,
put you on bungees in a harness and you
sometime.
battle it
YouTube
out.
it.
Like
the
in the Thunderdome, they bring this thing to Burning Man too.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I forgot about that. But yeah, and then he brought up and made a Thunderdome. It was a hit all across the board.
Yep.
Like everybody from even from freaking Japan.
Yeah, they were
The
losing
Japanese,
it.
they just loved it. I couldn't believe how big it.
So we set it
exploded.
outside our tribe area, so it was obvious to anyone walking by, have a thumb war, have a thumb wrestling war inside this wire cage on a platform. And we'd hear all hours of the night. You'd hear people walking along, and all of a sudden you'd hear Thunderdome,
It was
Thunderdome, and
it caught
yeah,
so much. Caught so much.
It was great.
Amazing. Yeah, I love it. It's such a funny thing. And people are just so stoked and energized afterwards. It's like if they were drunk or a little bit drunk and a little bit tired, they're like, I don't know if I can handle this party anymore. They see the Thunderdome
and they yell at the top of their lungs
and
get an
it's
adrenaline
like the
rush and-
second wave of
yeah,
energy.
it's great. It's great.
So such
And then Gorgeous here, constantly getting, hey, come ride on my vehicle. Hey, jump on this. So we got all these pictures of her on the back of all these cool vehicles.
my favorite one of my favorite ones was the Atomic Annie.
Yeah.
That was amazing. And then there was a RIFO, which is rip your fucking face off.
Yeah, as an acronym.
And it was
it's
like
just oh dude, yeah.
It was this 2-story vehicle, and you feel like you're on a ship. It's scaffolding, kind of barely secured in, and you got all these saw blades coming out the sides. It's
double wheels on the
spectacular.
front, double wheels on
I'm
the
sure they
back.
have a YouTube video of their
I'm sure.
YouTube video of their vehicle. RIFO. Just look it up. It's gorgeous. And so is Atomic Annie. Look that up. He's out of Oregon or Washington, I think he is. Travis Blankenberg. Yeah. And then there is what was the other one that I got to get on? It was so cool. Oh my God, these vehicles.
Oh,
they're artists. Finesse. I mean, just gorgeous remakes of some from the movies. And then the Interceptors were amazing.
A couple of guys that actually have like legitimate Interceptors, like Ford Falcon XBs that are in full Mad Max trim with all the front end, the wings, and the supercharger sticking out the hood,
and people using magnets to put nuts, bolts, spikes all over their car. Like one of my friend John Rubino, his car just spikes, but they just put magnets underneath the hood and stick them up all on there, and it was great. He's like, yeah, you can have one. I'm like, yes.
They're like 10 penny nails, but he's got these big giant neodymium neodymium magnets, and so they're super strong. So they just hold these nails like big old spikes, but if you even bump them at all, they just fall right over. So they're like totally like as safe, and they're all ground off.
I just love how all these fierce looking people are like some of the most docile
teddy bears,
amazing, incredible, compassionate individuals you could ever meet on the planet of Earth.
And there's not a person there that's not highly artistic in some way.
A lot of committed, dedicated individuals that you get to connect with, just like you made your connection with at Comic-Con and stuff, your first one.
Mm-hmm.
It's just incredible, you never lose those connections at all. So I'm extremely privileged to just have been exposed to this world and be able to create our own too out here.
Couldn't have done it without you.
How many people generally assemble for this?
For Wasteland weekend?
Yeah.
About 5,000.
Oh, wow.
And I think they reached their threshold. They sold completely out 2019 because that was their 10th anniversary.
Yep, they sold out completely in 2019. They didn't do 20.
Obviously.
Or 21. And then they didn't do 21.
No, they did do it, but there was it was requirement of vaccination. And the whole IBM, what was it?
And that was the thing that held
digital
people back the most was the rollout on those digital passports they were supposed to do, and then every state did it different, and all the cards looked different.
And I was like, I'm not gonna get caught up
we were
in
like,
all
you
that.
know what? I'm not gonna cross 4 state lines and go 1,000 miles away for something out in the middle of nowhere where the Wi-Fi maybe will work. To hope, because there was people going, mine's different. It looks, mine looks fake, and so it was like
it was just a lot of ifs and buts.
It's a long way to go for if, it's a
all
long
the way
to
from
go for
Montana.
Montana to Southern California, and there's no straight shot either. It's the long way either way.
Yeah, I mean, when everything starts relaxing, I think they'll be going at it again, high and strong, and people will still be able to have a blast. and experience it for the first time for themselves. It's just incredible. I can't describe the adrenaline. I can't describe the sights and the sounds. It's all around you, and it
totally
is
immersed.
such a loving family that you kind of like get to meet and hang out with.
And there are other events that other people do throughout the year, mostly in the southern states because of weather and temperature permitting. But there are a number of other events.
Meeting more people, like we got Faith Roswell from London.
The UK, yeah.
She like lives on a boat. It's so cool. Kind of like a freelance model. And then we have Michael Burian, who's an incredible photographer. So great. David Sherman Banks, again, another
amazing photographer.
Just getting all these incredible shots. And then we got what was it? May Croft. She actually created
the bobcat skull
right there. She did that by hand, like attached lycanthropes, all that stuff. Incredible. She did like hair and makeup at the event. We call it the workshop.
The body shop.
The body shop. So you go in there, you get a mohawk, you can get your hair dyed, you get your hair braided, you can get dreads.
Get painted like a war boy.
Or buzzed all the they'll shave your head.
Yeah, get your
completely.
hair buzzed, get whatever, so because a lot of people, they travel such distances, it's through a lot of them on airplane. You can only bring so much with you.
Yeah.
And a lot of times the makeup becomes like superfluous for a lot of people, so that when they show up, they get to go to the body shop
and just get done there,
and then they'll donate something. Usually
and there's tons of freaking places to buy shit, Wasteland basics, where it's like a Salvation Army outfit, credible buckles, all sort. Most of his inspiration for both our outfits and how they've developed over the years is a lot of bags.
Yeah.
A lot of straps.
Duffel bags, backpacks.
Just all the sporting bags.
Mine started out as my original gear started as hockey gear. And I just started like switching it up and cutting this, and this stuff's got like nylon liners and things, so it's pretty impact resistant.
Right.
And then I took on more of a leadership role in our tribe. So as a leader, you'd probably have less armor on, and then over time it progressed to where
this was one of our apparatuses, like a corset that we.
Yeah, she's in the middle of making this corset.
Nice.
Buckles are so pretty. I mean, I can't believe we got these. It's just.
Yep.
Trying to go for a little bit more rustic, but
she learned so fast. I was amazed. She's like, show me how to do that. Show me how to do this. And everybody's, there's a learning curve for sewing with the bunching and whatnot and how to do it. It took her all of about like 1% of everyone else's learning curve. And she's over there just like pushing needles through like 5 or 6 layers of material and pulling it out and pushing it through and pulling it tight and band-aids around.
Humming.
A lot of humming. Yeah. She's wonderful. She's wonderful. Like I get a lot of joy out of working with her because she's a great model. Anything I make looks even better when I put it on her, no matter how good the thing looks. She's like, and it's like, yes.
Speaking of which, what do you do, Melany, to keep yourself in shape? Because obviously with the stuff you guys do out and around, you got to be.
Well, there's Brazilian butt lift. It's a video I
it works.
Routinely watch.
It works.
For the thighs and the buttocks. I actually got awarded in 2019 with the best Wasteland ass.
Yep. Yep. Unanimous.
You can look at my photos on my Facebook. There's the pictures there, me showing my booty off. But yeah, this girl comes up to me so nervous, and I'm like, oh, don't be nervous. I hope I'm not that scary looking. I mean, I had scary makeup on.
She got nominated to deliver the award.
I was just like worried I was scaring her, and she's just like, oh, you're just so, oh my goodness. We like to award you with this for the best booty. And I'm like, and there's a bunch of people just, and I'm like, oh, well, all I was doing was getting some dinky dog right now.
Just getting some dog food.
And I got awarded with this amazing, the best apple pie whiskey,
Moonshine.
moonshine.
was great.
Oh my
Oh, it was great.
God, it was delicious.
Somebody put
And
their
I
heart into
really, really want to thank that person, whoever made that. I mean, I never got to find out who,
They just ran off into the crowd.
but a lot of other fun, fascinating things happened at the event that year too. Like we got this letter that was noted to Nova, but in fact, it was for an individual who brought a Nova to the event.
Big four-wheel drive Chevy Nova with
And
gold
it
horns
happened to have a name of a girl I was like pursuing or dating on the letter. So it just we thought it was the letter for us until we recently found out there was a person at the event with a Nova car, and we met him, via internet and everything, and just telling him the story of how the letter got sent. And then he knew what the letter meant immediately, because we didn't know what the rainbow sign was, because it didn't have anybody saying where it was from.
Yeah, there
it
was
just like a strip of rainbow.
Like, somebody drew a rainbow for the signature.
And I was like, okay, yeah, he got it immediately.
Yeah, it's like, oh, I know who that is.
And I'm like, well, I'm mailing you your letter. I got it by accident. One of my tribe members brings the Wasteland Post. They do have Wasteland Post.
They have a post office.
And they have a radio station out there too.
Yep.
It's just an incredible energy and vibe.
It really is. The people of this community are really amazing. It's like you have.
So Nova Just a Scratch got the name from the medic tent from what is it? Sawbones. Sawbones, the main doctor guy.
Yep.
I was very diligent showing up every day because I wanted to be in the Thunder.
But every day she showed up with a new injury too.
So that's my name.
And they weren't just scratches.
I actually have pictures on my Facebook where
home.
I'm showing my ass with all the bruising all down my leg. It is, I got my butt handed to me that year.
Sent most people home from the event. Even the 1,000 miles that she would have had to go home, at least to a hotel to sit it out and wait. And no. I
have
took
friends out there that I have not seen for an entire year or 2 years. I was not going to let anything.
She's got guys around her
get in my way.
that can help her when she hops and limps. We got vehicles everywhere.
Actually, we sold a vehicle to a trans. She is amazing. Her name is Truth. Yes, and I
sell 3-wheelers. I rebuild Honda 3-wheelers and sell them to people who have no access to them. Out here, all the farmers
kind of like make their experience more immersive at the Mad Max event.
It's big enough. You need.
She would rescue me with the 3-wheeler, and we sold her, and she custom put a fur throne chair on it, bones. Yeah. I'm just like the way that it developed and way she developed her whole outfit, her whole confidence. It was amazing.
There was even one point where some guys.
I got a lot of free rides.
Some guys we kind of know.
To the bathroom.
At the event, we're walking by, and it was these four guys that we kind of know them as they're walking by, and I go, hey, she needs to go to the bathroom. You walk her over to the porta potties, and they come over and just hoist her up and walk her over to the porta potties. When she's done, they hoist her up and walk her on back so she didn't have to hop on her hurt leg.
Like I said, these people that you meet at this festival, it insanely will change your life forever.
Salt of the earth, really.
Eighth world wonders, just incredible, every one of them. I didn't really have any complaints with anybody except for the people we brought.
And I've always done this kind of stuff where I've done Department of Public Works.
They just didn't want a party medium.
For Black Rock City, done Burning Man build years ago, for a number of years up until 2005. And so it was kind of second nature, but I'd always done this stuff, and I'd always met people and done the thing, but I'd never had as much fun as I have with her. We go, and there's some days where we barely leave the campsite.
I'm kind of easily excitable, so every site, literally, I was running, sprinting, jumping, leaping, tackling people.
It's very refreshing for me because
it was great.
A lot of guys that I spend time around don't get real excited about anything, and so when she's getting excited about stuff, it gives me a chance to go, oh, right, that's exciting. I should be more excited about this. This is okay.
But Lobo got
like
his
it.
name because he was found underneath a bunch of dead bodies when the nuclear bomb hit Montana. And I was actually enslaved by my father. I'm Maori, so
Which she is Maori.
my bloodline is from New Zealand. I guess I'm a Kiwi.
So we ran with that with her story.
And I had known that I had about 7 or 8 biological brothers, half or full-blooded out there somewhere.
That's true.
All like either Samoan or Maori, or I didn't even know what Maori was until I looked up the heritage thing. So that was all new to me. I thought it was just maybe a little Polynesian, and the most of me was like Sicilian or some weird one. Not Sicilian. What is it? Scandinavian.
Little bits of that.
But no,
And she was Vines.
and that was, I started off as Vines with the other corset, and
There's
then
a
we
problem
went
with
tactical.
that though, is that when you have a single syllable name,
No one.
you can't be heard in a crowd.
Everybody kept forgetting, so
They-
we had it changed. But Nova Jessa Scratch was added in 2019
Yep.
because of all my injuries
Yep.
that I had kind of endured, but
And it
still
fits her
kept
because
going.
no matter how bad she gets hurt, it's just a scratch. It's just a scratch. I'll be fine. We'll deal with this later. And that's her real life personality about things is a physical injury, whatever. Is it broken? No.
You can't
It's just a
like
scratch.
Like
if
Terry
you're-
Funk.
There you go.
Oh my goodness, yeah, I'm just like a walking calamity. That's pretty much what Nova's all about. That's the character she has. She's very clueless about things. She'll walk into a situation and Lobo's like, okay, I'm gonna blow all those people up because she got near them.
It's a neat-
He's not all there, she isn't either. We're both kind of.
And it's a neat dynamic because in the reality of the cosplaying leads to us walking into a lot of social
The
situations.
outfit you made for me originally,
Yeah.
actually that leather that he hunted, I thought that was the coolest fucking thing ever. Quite a privilege.
That was a
you,
fun
babe.
hunt too.
But no, that was actually the story behind that outfit was the skin off my father's back and stomach line and chest, because he came in, I was being kind of like a human trafficking slave, so to speak, to my brothers and my father, who were just kind of, getting me out there
With
for the first time.
All the girls.
And pretty much I had no say on anything. And then he just throws me a katana, and I take the katana and I impale my father with it,
Peel
and
him
kill him, and
Make
made
an outfit.
an outfit out of it, and been following this crazy goof around and causing a little calamity everywhere I go.
we've been working on a little bit of a comic book to go along with it.
Yeah, we actually
Fun
were in
stories.
touch with a guy in France and got a little out of touch since we did a documentary,
Yeah, he came from France and followed us to Wasteland Weekend and did a documentary on our group.
but then nothing became of it. And I really want to get connected with an awesome artist to create the Lobo and Nova comic, because it's just it's just so much chaos, so much fun, and you never have a boring moment.
I think he said he came through Montreal because there's some film festival, some like small.
Well, I know the guys, Apocalypse Auto, that we broke away from, did get involved in a little movie themselves with the bus.
You can find it. It's called Scrubbers.
It's
It's a C movie at best, but
yeah.
it's called Scrubbers, and they use the bus in it, and
No,
Yeah.
I'll for
we'll
them.
leave it at that because it's worth trying to
But-
find. You'll find it.
What I'm hoping with Tatiana too, she's incredibly talented, and I'm so thankful for Scott for introducing me to you and her. I really like, she wants to do a lot more like magazine work with me, getting shots of me hanging off of a vehicle, so to speak. That's going to be really fun and exciting to kind of pursue. And then there's a lot of other projects I'm trying to get involved in to inspire more women to step outside of themselves. And it's not really like nitty gritty, but you're not having to be a Chris so much either. You get to kind of relax and be one of the guys and not so friggin' like straining on normal social constructs, you know, for chicks these days on their phones or doing something with a phone or some device, and kind of isolating themselves, not really getting out of their skin, not really trying new things and developing new skills because of the confidence thing and the way society has like kind of driven us to. I was really sad to see kids, especially in schools, be mistreated by this pandemic. They were the ones that suffered the most, the children.
They really don't even understand, you know.
They had to be told to do these mandatory arbitrary things.
And it's different everywhere you go.
And
Like,
there's no
everybody's doing something
consistency, no
different.
right form of information, and there's no form of camaraderie anymore. There's no the community is kind of stuck within the church groups. There's not a sense of community outside of that. You know, like that's why we kind of at 2020 we were like so fed up with people's attitudes, so fed up with the hate that didn't even exist. Racism, all that stuff, none of it existed. Like, seriously, I'm not saying that it didn't exist entirely. Obviously, you got the bad apples everywhere, you know what I mean, that are, you know, evoking or,
and especially living out here,
but
like
but what I'm saying is, like, we want with this event, Montana quarantine, to essentially just let your freaking wild free, you know, like, fucking what have you ever wanted to fucking do your whole entire life to, you know, what have you been working for, you know? What do you breathe for, laugh for,
people, you know, hey, can we do this there? Can you have a fill in the blank? And it's like, yeah, we'll work that out. If that's the thing that's going to make it better for you, you know, that's going to make it better for everybody. I
mean, my biggest thing that I thought was a huge accomplishment for us was this kid, Badgers. I mean, incredible dude. He comes to Montana, never been to Montana before. So he's like, you know, really shy, kind of, you know, introverted a little bit and kind of nervous on bikes, kind of nervous with the guns. Second year he came out with his own.
He brought his own motorcycle.
What was it?
The Yamaha.
He brought his own.
And he
he won, I think.
The first year he won the shooting contest.
Yeah, and his confidence just floored. He really
hadn't done it before.
He had just played video games a lot, but then when he came home from that event, he got a job.
Oh yeah, started working
out.
You know, busting his butt and I mean, it's like you get these kids around stuff they've never.
I was super touched by that. Also, the youngest, there was a Timothy's daughter.
Oh yeah, she's 6.
She won the shooting contest.
Yeah, we got this little 22 with a ridiculously overpowered.
And then Caroline's 5.
She's 5,
and she got like a high score. Yep, and she almost won.
And that other little boy, he's 5, and
it is just exciting to see these kids have the opportunity to even be around their parents and hang out with them. Yeah. And learn things and grow. Like, you know, how we did it before television.
Yeah. And the kids would stay
up a little bit
and
later.
And then all the adults would park all the kids in their campsites.
Reconnecting with people on a raw, genuine level, you know, and just having a blast.
We even
That's
did
what we strive for with this
did event. An elk cart. We did
the kids love eating
my buddy brought an elk cart up from New Mexico that had been
insanely surprising. Oh, yeah. I didn't know they were going to be that adventurous.
And I went to the culinary academy years ago, so I sat down, I made a blood gravy and cooked up this heart and sliced it all up, and the adults didn't get very much of it because all the kids were crowding up in front to get another piece, and it was all incredible. The adults are sitting there going,
I didn't even, you know, you don't see kids do that,
and they were just grubbing on heart, and
they were having a blast. It was just so much fun. Photo shoot again, we do photo shoots a lot with this, and it's just lovely to kind of get in a scene, get into character, and really portray something funny, quirky, you know, exciting, fascinating across the film. So, I mean, we have a couple people we've been working with photographers just
Mhm.
developing that, and I'm excited for future projects. I can't wait. When all this pandemic, everything kind of normalizes and gets back to, game plan, you'll be seeing a lot of us come out. So stay tuned on that.
How long
We
does
have a
it
lot
take
of
you
things
two
in the
to
works.
get in, to get your outfits and all that done up?
She takes about
Like-
an hour.
Okay.
Well,
It's
it was
mostly
really
makeup.
quick today
It's
because I
mostly
did most of
makeup.
my basic makeup in the morning, and then when I came after work, I literally was like, oh God, I'm like
Yeah.
wiping my face off clean again, and then dirtying it up again, and it was so much fun. I'm just like, all right, let's get this all good to go, because I gotta look like I was wrestling in some greased, infested garage or from the desert or something. So
Generally though, we wake up in the morning. I have a whole deal that I usually wear that's a lot more complicated,
There's
but you're talking about
ton
an
of
hour.
different looks, and he created all the looks, all him. Super inspiring. I didn't know a guy could know so much about makeup, sewing, and me, as effing masculine and crazy as this dude is, when he steps in a room, still to this day I'm just floored, because we've had guys in our tribe tower over us. They're huge, Norwegian, and I get a lot of
big
those.
guys.
And all of his friends are taller than him, but he seems to be the tallest damn dude in the entire room. When he steps into a room, his presence is huge and demanding, and I'm just like floored by half the stories this man has had in his life, and the fact that he has muscular dystrophy and has had the adventures. He's dived in the Columbia River for wood, for trunks, redwoods.
Redwood recovery.
He's been circumnavigated the globe.
Yep.
And then, you're
Twice.
genuinely a pirate. He's done flat track racing. It's extremely dangerous. Indoor on cement at 80 miles an hour or some
Well,
shit
not
like that.
indoor, but that's the mile. You run about 80 miles an hour on the mile track.
Oh my God.
I grew up in a, very in a very feral kind of a way, but we had
Chico,
access.
Paradise, Magalia.
North-
Magalia doesn't even exist anymore.
Northern California.
Magalia got burned down, so his childhood home, it
And
doesn't
so,
exist anymore.
we just did stuff, and my dad was really into motorcycles, and
And his mom was a body.
was a championship bodybuilder.
Still,
Okay.
though, I mean, to this day,
Yep.
looking at the pictures, I'm like, oh my,
You can probably find, if you did a little research, you can probably find pictures.
I better work on me a little more.
Her name was Kelly Kite at the time, and
Super cute.
She was on American Gladiators at one point. That was
Okay.
really cool.
She's like half my
got to-
height.
Got to travel around a bunch and go to these different bodybuilding meets and stuff. And I was at a teenage age, so
He was very maternal, and he was a prodigy for his time. His brain he self-taught most of himself, everything. His mom got a head injury, and he had to literally take on that with her and really kind of maternalize at a younger age for her to come back to.
like, here's how you tie your shoes, and all the stuff that goes along with head injuries.
And then my background was a single military father that adopted 3 very different children. My background, I found out for real that I had a half sister, 2 of them, 1 older, 1 younger, and then 3 full-blooded brothers, Maui, Coca, and Ku. So
we used
Shiva,
MyHeritage.com.
Maui, Coca, Ku, Noel, no, Miley was my name
First
at the
name.
time, and then Noel. So yeah, Teo Mananui. And my whole name was Miley Hokulea Teo Mananui, meaning like the star and strong people of the ocean.
The strong star people of the ocean.
Something like that. And
And we did the
whole heritage thing.
MyHeritage.com.
And being adopted and kind of growing on the mainland, and my brothers not having that, it was really kind of different for me growing up because I had like survivor's guilt a lot of the time and a lot of displacement too, because I felt like a freak. I'm like, not quite like, oh, they're here. What's going on?
Growing up in a place like, Columbus, Montana.
I had energy. I was super hyperactive. I had like 3 jobs. I had a volunteer work, and then schooling. And then I also I was a firefighting cadet for Columbus, Montana. Yeah, you blink, you miss it. That's how small that thing is. That place is
Definitely a 12 credits kind of person.
I've just been an honor student my entire life. Really I think I've worked so hard at everything I do to try to feel like I belong, and I've always felt really like slower than most. I'm a 5th kid out of 6, and there was a lot of violence surrounding my background, a lot of anger and everything. So when I found out about this outlet, I'm like, this couldn't be more for someone like me. Like, I'm on it, like it was the next day. I was telling Kim, one of the tribe members, she was a salon artist. Her tribe name was Nails. Because her specialist, she's a nail specialist.
She says the next day, she means, I asked her, I said, hey, my tribe and I are gonna do our photos for our applications. Do you want to come and check it out?
And Lee is normally their photographer, but he wanted to be in the photos. So I volunteered to be a photographer.
So she starts picking off photos, and she's just, these are the worst pictures I've ever taken.
I fell in love with their looks. I fell in love with this group that just literally randomly got together. All these different sub companies coming together, all these creative individuals, and I was like, I'm in heaven. I feel like I belong. I feel like this is something I want to continue into the future and just keep spreading. It's one of the best feelings I've ever experienced in my life. Just everything that surrounds this, it's incredible, just incredible.
Here's a question, because you two are a couple. When you guys do the wastelands, do you ever have to deal with, or maybe it doesn't bother you, I don't know, other guys hitting on Nova?
I got lifted up. Some dude comes up behind me. His name is Thirst Trap, and he was this big muscular black dude just comes and picks me up. I'm like, what is going on here?
The best one was a guy pulling me aside, not really pulling me aside, but we were sitting there having drinks.
He was super cute. This guy is like a model, and he takes my man aside.
We're sitting there having drinks, and he didn't know who I was, and he's standing
No,
there.
I'm talking about the other dude.
Oh, well.
There was a dude that hit on him. Women hit on him. Men hit on him.
There's dudes will actually.
I was like,
dudes will actually.
Are you?
No. Dudes will actually step between her and I to get her away from me, and then turn and begin hitting on me. And I just find it flattering, because it's like, it's like, I don't want to go water sliding either, but thank you for asking. It's so flattering, because it's like, do I look that good? Really? Thank you.
And we actually at the beginning were experimenting with a lot of polyamory.
So there was that.
So really, I got, for the first time in my life, was with a guy that was secure enough in himself and led a life no one would believe. I was able to pursue my curiosity with the females and everything. I was never really allowed to do that or given the opportunity to do that, because it was always like a taboo in the house that I was raised in. Just focus on being successful was the main thing. Don't get caught up in side gigs, and I didn't have time to do anything. So he was able to give me that sense of freedom to find myself.
And it's so nice because it leads for events like that. Those kinds of flirtations generally will lead to other connections, where
and lifelong
somebody comes up and they're like, hey, you're so beautiful. I'd like to, take you back to my campsite, get to know you a little better. And she's like, all right, let me grab my husband And at first it's like, you can see him going like, oh. And it's like, well, all right, let's go anyways. Let's go have some fun. I can't flirt with you anymore. And it's like, you know, the flirtation doesn't bother me. It is what it is. Like I said, the best one is just this one guy in particular. We're standing over here and she's over there talking to some people.
Oh,
We're around some different,
you were talking about the.
don't no names.
Okay.
We're standing there around some barrel fires. And
Yeah,
she's
the
over here
audacity to call me
with
by
some
my
barrel fires.
my.
And so this guy is, you know, he's looking over there, and there's, I mean, to say there's an overabundance of beautiful women and men at these things is just undercutting it. And so we're watching all these, you know, beautiful women that are wearing very exposed outfits standing around a campfire. And he goes, see that one? I've had a crush on her for 2 years now. And I finally got her to talk to me online. And, you know, and I got her, I'm thinking that
5-year crushes.
I might be able to actually,
crushes.
you know, have a shot with her this time. And I'm sitting there going, which one? And he's, her, the redhead?
And I immediately come
So
up
I
and
just
I'm like
kinda play
hugging
it off. Yeah. So
kissing him.
she just, and it's like she has the best timing in the world. It is perfect. She sets these moments. You couldn't plan it. Her timing is so impeccable. She just turns and starts walking up towards us, and you could see this guy kind of going like, what do I do? And she comes walking up and just throws her arm around me and starts giving me all these drunk kisses, and she's, thank you, this is so much fun. And he's just looking at me like, what have I done? And he says, that's your girl? And I go, oh yeah. And he's like, oh, I'm so sorry, man. I'm like, for what, dude? Look at her. You didn't know. And I mean, come on.
I was a little mad at the dude because he called me by.
He called her by her street name
and
at
I'm
the
like,
festival.
you don't do that. That's a big nay-nay. Big nay-nay. I will tackle you for that.
Yeah, no. That's a lot of people, they'll do that. It's actually really funny when you'll get to know somebody for a couple of years under a name, and then somebody will say their name, and you're like, no, that's not,
can't do it. Can't do it.
that's not you.
Also, we have a big thing out there. A lot of fuck yous.
It's the greeting.
It's beautiful to me, I think, in a way that is fierce. And you know, a lot of judgment passes through a phrase like that. But that judgment phrase, or that phrase used in that light, is so caring and so compassionate. I'm just like, I can't. This is my insanity. Yep. I love it. I can't even.
And it gets turned into a game, to where, I mean, when I was on build in 2019, and I'm a heavy equipment operator as well.
He can operate almost anything you can put in front of him.
And so
helicopter, light.
And I'm running this like 40,000 pound crane lift, and I'm driving along, and anytime I would be passing by this road rash camp, the big thing is, you know, fuck you, road rash, and they, you know, it's and this guy's like, you know, he's the same guy. He's like 74 years old, and he's got like this like campfire voice all the time. So it's like
smoky ass voice. Well, he gave me his smoky ass voice.
He'll transfer it to you. He'll get you yelling. And so I'll be driving by, and my earpiece will go off on the walkie-talkie radio, and I'll be like, you know, somebody will go, "You next to road rash?" Yeah. You go, tell him fuck you from command center. So it's like you drive by and you're like, "Hey, road rash," and he's like, "Huh? What's up?" And he's like ready for like information. It's like, command center said fuck you, and he's like, ah, and he's like getting ready to say it to me, and then he goes, over to command center to tell them the same thing. It's like, and it's just this love, and everybody's hugs. Everybody's happy to see each other. You develop these like bonds with people that are running around in thongs and chaps. Just and that's it. 70-year-old dudes in a thong and leather chaps running around with a blonde mohawk until 11 o'clock at night with everybody else.
The desert with no pants, you know.
Yeah, she always does her little
hot metal vehicles. I mean, I kid you not. That bus, War Child, gave me the most humbling moment of my life.
Oh yeah, there's 2 pieces of aluminum. When you sit on it, they open up, and then when you go to stand up, they close. But they've got a nice little bite on right where your thigh meets your butt.
It looked like a knife impaled my ass that day.
It bit her. I mean, it was.
Didn't appreciate that war child.
No.
Still stings from that. My ego is bruised, extremely from that event. But
A lot of dirt angels. Got to do dirt angels before a photo shoot. Got to have more dirt.
yeah, you always more dirt. There's never enough dirt.
It just doesn't translate in photos.
Do you guys have any charities that you're involved in that you guys want to plug and promote on here?
Oh man, right now I advocate for Shodair Children's Hospital.
Yeah, that network.
It's incredible. Really gives. I mean,
Having muscular dystrophy, I generally try to advocate for Shriners Hospitals and the Muscular Dystrophy Association, Jerry's Kids. They don't usually need too much extra pluggage though. They're pretty well covered. But yeah, that Shodair Children's Network, they help the other side of that stuff.
Yeah, kids over in Helena, especially,
Yeah.
getting help, the cancer treatment, all that stuff. It's just, I mean, heartbreaking at all to child cancer. It's just not a fun time for anyone. It's terrible. I can't even conceptualize the amount of pain a parent would have, bearing their own kid. It's not a fun time, or seeing their kids suffer. So that's a huge thing that I definitely stand behind and continue to advocate for through my work, as well as means like this. So thank you for giving me that opportunity.
Yeah.
Shodair Children's Hospital is a huge advocate for the treatment of children in Montana right now, and they just keep going over more and more milestones every year.
And
with the
then
funding, it's amazing.
And then there's one that's always, always one that's good for the guys, is always makes for a good little joke line too, is that for testicular cancer awareness, guys got to remember to play with themselves from time to time, make sure everything's doing what it's supposed to be doing, because prevention can save your life. That's a big one. That's a big one. And
unfortunately, my adopted father recently, had lost his prostate, so it's really
gotta take care of yourself. Gotta take care of yourself. And then the other one, get a vasectomy.
Can I throw one out to you guys?
Absolutely.
And I would love for you guys to do this in costume.
Oh.
I've thrown this out to some of my guests before, but I want you two to do this in costume.
We might.
Okay.
It's for suicide and depression awareness.
Okay.
All right.
It came about after Robin Williams sadly left us.
Oh my God.
It's called the Doubtfire Face Challenge. And it involves you guys videoing yourself. You take a pie in the face.
We can do that.
I'll take a pie. Now, hey, is it specific on what kind of pie we doing here?
Probably a cream one.
You want a cream one? You want to do a fruit?
We'll look this up. It's probably from when he was, that was an ad-libbed scene. When he was in the kitchen and they were coming in and he didn't have his face on, he smashed his face in the pie and he lifted up and said,
and it was the cream pie face scene. I love
and
that.
That was an ad-libbed Robin Williams thing where he wasn't supposed to do that.
I will honor the Rob Williams.
Yep,
I will.
It. That's worth a TikTok.
Solid. Yes.
That's worth a TikTok.
Damn it, I wish I got, we had a couple pies.
That's okay, we'll do it.
Damn it.
We'll do it. We'll do big
Totally
ones.
wish I had a pie right now.
I bet we could get the kids in on it too.
Oh, no, actually, I think the kids are going to be doing it.
No, that's a good one because I have a number
Ferals,
of...
that's their assignment.
I
Ferals
have
are going to be doing that to us.
a number of friends who are vets, and they...
Actually,
it's a daily struggle for these guys.
No, we actually I was going to take a very beautiful, very talented, very unique individual to Wasteland weekend in 2019. She had committed suicide.
She just didn't feel like you could reach out, and
it was really something of a shock to me, because I never experienced any friend or anyone near me, commit suicide, other than a girl at school that I knew indirectly through other people, because her and I didn't talk. She was a sweetheart, but she had what was it, that syndrome, was it not shingles, it's very painful, lupus,
Oh, I've heard of that. I know somebody's
She
got
had
that.
lupus. I couldn't even tell. She looked normal. She was very pretty, long blonde curly hair, super nice demeanor, soft spoken, sweetheart. I wouldn't even, you couldn't even tell she was going through any form of pain. But gunshot next day, in her mouth. They had the service at the school in the gym. That was the only other, and then I was a baby when this happened. My foster stepsister committed suicide. And that's why my mom, my adopted mother, sought out children. She fostered children a bunch on the island in Hawaii. Pearl Harbor is where my dad was stationed.
Mm-hmm.
Dan met, she was fostering kids, and she was fostering 3 of my brothers, Coca, Maui, and Ku, and that's how she found out about me. And she got me from Monterey, California. I was born literally on the street. It was great. I had lice. I had like shot immune system, cleft palate, the works. It was great. But being shipped over to Pearl Harbor to her, they decided to adopt me out. Couldn't bring my brothers. That was the survival skill that I was telling you about earlier. Growing up with that, though, it really just, I think, empowered me to inspire other people and get them out of their mindset that's so caged, never to have a permanent solution to a temporary problem.
Mm-hmm.
I had succumbed to it almost in my senior year. Really scary transition, and felt really displaced being an adopted kid, and then also not treated as an emancipated kid. So I had to pay for my tuition senior year. It was great. The whole thing is I see a lot of people hurt, and I really deeply appreciate you bringing all this up, because like from child cancer to muscular dystrophy to suicide prevention, depression, it's
Here's
out
what
there.
I'll do. You guys do a Doubtfire Face challenge for suicide and depression, and I'll donate to the charity of your choice.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Yes, please.
Yes.
That would be amazing.
In
Oh,
fact,
my
if you want to do the
Well,
Doubtfire
we'll
challenge,
go
if you
out,
want to
okay.
do one on a Zoom like this,
Okay.
Yeah,
yeah,
Yeah.
just
do that.
let me know what day and night. You guys are an hour behind me, so
Okay.
but be in costume.
We
Be
will.
in
No,
costume.
No,
We'll go.
all out.
We'll go all out. We got more stuff we can
Well,
do. With us,
we'll get the kids dressed in their
Yep.
feral costumes, and
Yep.
they'll pie us.
Oh, yeah.
I can't wait.
It'll be great.
I can't wait.
It'll be
Sure.
great.
This is exciting.
No, it's gonna be
I think
fun.
about Trish, and I think about all the other people, and I'm like, this is extremely
Yep.
awesome. So
Well, it's
thank
like,
you
you
for
know,
asking.
That's all the as they always say that is, I'd rather sit with you at 2 a.m. and listen to your problems on the phone than listen to your obituary.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's, I got a couple of friends who right now, I guarantee right now, are struggling with stuff, and it's always like, hey,
And the pandemic, really,
and you can
brought
tell
it
people,
on.
Yep.
Counselors are
Yep.
strapped.
Yep.
I had to wait for months to get in to see a psychiatrist, because there was only 2 servicing the entire area. Backlogs,
Yep.
court stuff, everything's backlogged medically.
Everywhere.
It's insane.
It's, and I guess, here in Montana, we're doing a little better than some other states.
But I love making people
But-
smile, especially being a goofball that I am. I'm very quirky and not graceful, but I find my biggest strengths and all that. So this
She
is
doesn't
going to be
listen.
fun. I'm really looking forward to that challenge.
Okay. You guys have a day you guys want to do that? Do you guys have a day you guys want scheduled?
Let's see here.
Decide.
Monday, Tuesdays is my days off, but like I said, I don't mind doing a prime night like Saturday or Friday either.
Yeah.
If you don't mind it being a little late like this again, 7:30.
Sure. Just a
Okay.
minute. Let me look at my calendar. Just give me a half a
I'm gonna
second.
go look at my calendar too.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Oh gosh, let me see here. And we gotta get some of the tribe up and do some of these podcast interviews
We should.
with some tribe
We
members.
should.
Also, I have model chicks from around the world that want to be interviewed as well. They're
Oh,
involved in the
yeah.
same cosplay as me.
That's
Not one
what,
of them.
if you caught that, is we've got
Yeah.
model friends from all over the world, from like, amateur models to semi-professional models who are really not all that well known, and they're always looking for, a fun interview. These are people
Why
from, like,
not?
the UK, and
Especially, I'll
yeah,
connect you with Faith Roswell. She is
that's who I was thinking of
amazing.
too.
She wants to.
She's amazing.
She definitely wants to.
Yeah, she's a
Is she
writer,
as
too, isn't
beautiful
she?
as you?
Oh, these are all.
Oh man,
these are all-
she is gorgeous. She's like
Yeah.
drop dead stunning, and I feel so meek around her. She's amazing.
Oh yeah, these
Super
are people that I take a lot of
kind-hearted,
inspiration from with my art.
Incredibly. And then there's Misha Brown.
Misha,
who-
yeah,
Her
Misha
her
Moss.
wolf costumes are amazing.
Yeah, she makes masks.
These headdresses
Yeah.
are just stunning. Let's see here. Oh, Saturday the 9th.
Saturday the 9th. What did you
Saturday
say?
the
After
9th?
2
Yeah,
o'clock?
we could do that.
All right.
After 2 p.m.
Well, you know what? That works perfectly. Saturday
love
after 2
That's
p.m.
awesome.
I will not. I'll tell my manager, you don't get to give me mandatory overtime today. Not today. I have something going on.
This is
Just a
exciting.
second. I'll send you a Zoom link for that too. I am gonna put that down here on my phone so that I know this. So the 9th. I'm gonna put that down here. And 2 p.m. your time?
Yes, 2 p.m. So I'll be getting home from work at 2 p.m. And then, so what, like 3:30?
Our time, so 4:30 your time.
Sure.
Is that gonna work?
I
Greg?
don't see you guys.
Oh, wait,
Get your
Turn the
camera on.
sideways.
wait.
Turn it back sideways.
Wait, turn it back sideways. Okay. No, that's not it.
You turned your camera off.
No, wait. We got this. Let me go back to this. This is the Zoom. There we go.
There you go. So 3:30 your time, 4:30 my time?
Yes.
Sounds awesome.
Let's do
Guys.
that. Let's
Yeah.
do that.
Come in
And
here.
We'll have pies. We'll-
James,
That's what we'll do.
Jerry.
We'll have a little interview, and then at the end of the interview, we'll
guess what you guys get
We'll
to
do
do?
pie face.
This is Photobomb.
yep.
Photobomb, this is Greg.
Yeah.
And then sprinkles. Yes.
This is
Sprinkles.
sprinkles and photobomb.
There
when
you
I
go.
spend a month in the sun, I get freckles, hence the name Sprinkles.
There you
And
go.
I'm in every-
He's
Yeah,
in every picture.
he
Yeah.
showed up in one in
He's
particular.
almost 11, and she just turned 12.
And you
There you
guys
go.
are gonna be smashing. What? Tell them what they get to do to us.
What?
Yeah, Greg, tell them.
There's a charity challenge called the Doubtfire Face Challenge for suicide and depression awareness. And you get to smash pies in their face and awareness for it.
Oh, that's cool. It's how that YouTuber Afma like dumped their head on something,
Challenges like that.
like dumped
We'll have
cold
to.
icy
we'll
water
have
on
to
her head,
watch-
and
We'll have to watch Mrs. Doubtfire. So you
Yeah,
guys will
and we
see
definitely are
exactly-
gonna watch Mrs. Doubtfire
That's
before.
good.
Oh, sorry. I
But
did the
yeah,
whole thing.
that was like when that YouTuber Afma dumped a bucket of icy water on her head to like support some cancer kids or something.
That would be ALS.
or
The ice
ALS.
bucket challenge was
I
ALS.
got
That's
hit
fucking
by a
much
snow
bigger.
shovel by my son. Is that enough for kid cancer or what?
Email.
There is a video.
You'll
I
find
will
it.
send it to you.
Yep.
I am in my bikini
In the snow.
in the snow,
17 below.
and my son decides it's a great thing to scoop up a bunch of snow and throw it on me. Instead,
It's a snow
he
shovel.
ended up hitting me
It's
with a snow shovel.
So it's got the curve in the handle. So it doesn't just want to flip over. It flops back down. You get this one little bonk sound out of it.
I
So I
felt
made a
it.
video. She'll send you the video. You'll laugh.
You'll laugh
you'll
your
die.
ass off.
You're gonna save the video. You'll show people the
I
video.
did that for child cancer. Miss Jet said. That
Yep.
was-
Yeah, you may even want to cut the best part of it out and use it for something.
He
You'll see it, and you're gonna go.
put the most ridiculous theme music on there, man. I was like,
"It's wonderful."
when I was
It's
brushing my
wonderful.
teeth. He caught me when I was brushing my teeth. I was in the bathroom and he was editing the video, and I'm just like, what is that? And it's like this little munchkin tune happening down the side, and they are all breaking off laughing. And I'm like, what are you doing with that video? Excuse me, all these people gonna see me in this video. What are you doing? And oh, it's perfect. I mean, he couldn't have gotten it. I no, all three of them edited it. It was amazing. And also, I'll show you the video that my kids made for the Montana quarantine promotional. I don't know if I sent it to you already or if Scott sent it to you, but if not, I'll send it to you. That's also a really good one they did. But yeah, I'm pretty stoked. What are you showing?
I'm trying to find.
Oh,
Are you
And,
guys involved in any movies or anything? Like, you guys appear in anything like that?
we haven't ourselves as of yet, and we are kind of what we're going to start with is the comic book, and if the comic book kind of sets off, we kind of want to do a series with that, and then
Oh,
we
there you go.
also want to create a series with the tribe, and like episodes and showcasing our models and our builds and our like our shenanigans and everything. Like we go out to a property, shoot something or blow something up. So that's in the works as well. So everything, because the pandemic happened, got really backlogged and delayed. A lot of people had to move to and change jobs. So we really hadn't been able to connect and really sit down with people and create yet. But I'm excited. So a lot of things are in the works, Greg. A lot of things are in the works. So stay tuned. That's going to be amazing. Pretty excited.
You know what? I didn't know what to think when Scott, the icon, threw your name out to me, and I looked at your pictures, and I was like, because he asked if I'd be willing to have you on the show, and I was like, well, I'm always open to giving people an opportunity to be heard, and I looked at your pictures on Facebook, and I'm like, yeah, these cosplay pictures, these are out there. I'm like, this is like Mad Max territory. I'm like, yeah, send her my way, and I'm glad we were able. I know we were supposed to do late March, and I just started a new job, so I work cleaning at the hospital, so I never know what my hours are. So
Thank you for your services. That's incredible. I actually really deeply appreciate workers like you. One of my best friends, she's worked in that over in Billings Hospital, just cleaning. She's like a beast about it. So you guys, I have mad respect for you. What you guys
There you
do.
go. And so I said yes, and then it's kind of cool, the dynamic, you two connecting, and this life you share, and this passion for Wasteland, and I'm like, yeah. So yeah, next Saturday I'll have you two on for a Doubtfire Face challenge. That should be fun.
It'll be a blast.
So excited. I can't wait. Greg, this is incredible. Thank you so much.
Yeah, no problem whatsoever.
Oh man, I mean, how after hearing about this, how likely are you willing to delve into the Mad Max world in the future?
Are you kidding me? I'm gonna be 50 this summer. I doubt I'd pay to move very well.
I don't know. Damn, I don't have it.
No,
They got any of those
there are
cute
70
girls
and
out there? I'd be
80-year-olds out
chasing
there.
them.
A lot of people actually your age is like the majority of the event. I kid you not, because it's people that have acted in like sci-fi movies, people that have done voiceovers for video games, people, investors, producers that have been involved in the Mad Max, when you call it the whole Mad Max,
The genre, the entire production.
yeah.
I bet he would really enjoy interviewing Genevieve.
Oh yeah, Genevieve Cottonelle.
Yeah, she's a maker too.
Yeah, there's Genevieve, there's the Maycroft, there's Becky Campbell, your cousin.
Genevieve and
Steve Poirier.
They live in.
Oh, Genevieve Poirier now, because not
they
Continental.
live
That
in
was her old.
Quebec, right?
No, Quebec,
They live in Quebec.
or is it Quebec?
I think
Okay.
They live in Quebec.
Yeah,
Um,
they're in
yeah, they
Canada.
come
They're our
down.
Canada friends.
They come down and they have to figure out how to bring all their stuff, but they fly.
He gave Amy's his name, Steve
Oh, yeah.
Poirier.
He's all into all this like analog stuff. He's got
Actually, he
tattoos
gave him
all
a
over
gift.
his neck of like knobs and different, things. He's got all these little computer chips he makes into pins and things like that. And
He made that
he
custom for
He
Lobo.
made this for me. It's a gun holster with like a crocodile jaw. And there's like computer chips on it. And all his stuff is so throwback. I was like, dude, you're like straight out of the 80s. I'm going to start calling you 80s. And he I found out later that day that he had been like running around telling people, I got a name. All proud of it. And I was like, yeah. And he's like Mr. Analog everything. And he's just absolutely covered in tattoos. And they're all these like real technical looking schematic ones. It's so cool. You meet the coolest people.
Yeah.
And
Can't find my gift. It's not.
oh,
It's like a survivor bracelet like this, but it has a whistle and a compass attached to it.
like a little blade and the thing is.
Yeah, a little cutter, everything. So pretty cool. But I do have his sundial.
Yeah, she
There
wears
you
a
go.
sundial out in the desert.
There you
It's
go.
like, what time is it? Yes.
I actually, in fact, lost the face piece of it, and last day of the event, we scoped and we cleaned our campsite pretty thoroughly. He found my contact, and I found this thing that we got glued back on.
Yeah, we actually clean
Oh,
up to where
man.
we'll find like a lost contact lens or the back of a pin that
Well,
someone was like, oh,
I
I dropped
used
my
to do
pin.
housekeeping, and I used to do advanced cleaning too. And so that's why I admire your guys' work for hospitals. It's so much sanitizing and
Mhm.
routinely square offs. You gotta do the same thing, or else something ain't gonna go right. It's crazy. I used to do annex building, silversmiths, back in my old town. So total mad admiration for you guys cleaning, and it's just attention to details. Out there when we were cleaning our site, and when you find those two things, it's like, what chance is that? Seriously. So I was
There you
pretty
go.
excited.
Well, you know what? It has been a blast having you two come on here tonight, and
Thank
yeah, I
you
look
so
I
much.
look forward to next Saturday. We'll do a Doubtfire challenge with you two,
Yes.
and
Yes.
I look forward to
Yeah,
seeing
it'll be an
that.
honor.
And this has been great. I'm
Oh,
really
yeah.
happy to have been connected with you. So a special shout out to Scott the Icon.
Yes.
Yes. Thank
Thanks-
you so
thanks,
much,
Icon.
Scott. Much love. Much love. Much love to you too.
Yes,
Thank you, Greg.
Thanks for having us
Appreciate
on.
it.
Really, it's been a blast.
It's been a blast. I mean, you guys did most of the talking, and you know what? That's how I
Sorry.
that's how I like it. You know what? That's people want to hear you. I mean, I threw questions out here and there, but you know what? People want to hear you. And boy, I think you two are cool. There you go.
Well, thank you.
Thank you,
I
Greg.
appreciate that.
That's a huge compliment. I'm like,
Yeah,
I'm a little
anytime,
crazy.
anytime.
Off the barrel.
Absolutely. Well, anything else you two want to plug before we sign off?
Oh man, everybody stay wild out there, stay curious, stay just hungry for life. It's all gonna comb over. We all gonna have the right representation sometime soon. Everything will go back to normal, and just have a blast with your life. Don't get stuck in a rut, a routine. Go outside yourselves and just embrace it. Make connections you've never made before with people. Do something you've never done before. Just stay totally hungry for something new. Always.
And don't forget to breathe
Yeah.
and hail, hydrate.
Hell hydrate. Hell hydrate. Yes. And fuck you, all of you,
Hail,
with
hydrate.
all the love in our hearts. We love you guys. Thank you so much for having us. Really appreciate you, Greg.
Absolutely. I appreciate you guys too. You know, before I let you go, please do a plug for my show.
Oh my
Just
goodness.
just
Okay.
state your names and say you're listening to Greg Gilbert on Python's Paradise.
All right. Well, it's
All right. This is Lobo,
this is Nova Justice Scratch, your friendly neighborhood Nova.
and we're listening to Greg Gilbert.
Greg Gilbert on Python's Python Paradise. Thank you so
Here,
much.
Let's get you a good one. Let's get you a
Okay,
good one.
go for it.
All right.
Hey, this is Lobo,
This is your friendly neighborhood Nova Justice Scratch
and you're listening to Greg Gilbert.
on Python's Paradise.
Absolutely. Thank you, you two. This has been
Oh,
so
wow,
much
thank
Thank you,
fun.
Greg. Have a good night.
You too.
Have a good night.
Absolutely. God bless you both.
Oh, you too, yo. You too,
Good night,
Greg.
buddy.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.